concentration of 50%, right? So to go to 25%, to cut it in half, I give half the drug in the same amount of fluid. Tracking on that? Okay. So let's do this. In order to cut this in half, I'm theoretically going to take this pre-filled and cut it in half. Okay? So that means there's 12.5 grams up here and 12.5 grams down here. If I cut the 50 mils in half, that's 25 mils here and 25 mils here. Okay, well, gram-wise, half of this is what I want. Okay, this is the D50 that I'm taking, and I'm going to make it D25. Okay. If I took and split this in half, each half gives me the D25 that I'm looking for, drug-wise. Carrier-wise, okay, I don't want that. So I'm going to take this part out, just dump it. Okay, that leaves me now with 12.5 grams per 25 mils. I need to go back to 50 mils, but not add any more drug. So I'm going to insert 25 mils, normal saline, for example, into this. Now that gives me 25 mils of saline in here. Added to this 25 is 50, but keeping the same 12.5 drug concentrate or drug amount. So now I end up with 12.5 grams in 50 mils again. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. To make D50 into D25, all you have to do is take out half the D50 and replace it with saline. And that halves the concentration. Pretty easy. Mm-hmm. Now it's hard to go from D25 to D50. You can't really do that. But you can go from D50 and cut it down to D25. Because how many people actually carry D25? Some places do, they make it, but not many people invest in it. Because it's not that common that we need to use it. So we're going to waste a whole D50 anyway, so might as well just do whatever we got to do with it, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so what if I need to go to D10? Well, it's the same basic thing, right?
5 grams and 50 mils.
The problem comes in is now instead of cutting this in half, D10 is going to be what?
5 grams and 50 mils.
D10 is going to be 5 grams per 50 mils. All right. So visually, I'm going to show you just what we're going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal sections. All right. We're just visually looking at this to give you an idea. I'll tell you how to do it in a second. So each one of these is 5 grams in 10 mils. Right? We broke it up into 5 equal groups, 10 mils each, and in that 5 grams is in each one. Okay? This is all I want, is this 5 grams right here. Right? That's all I want. So the rest of this can go bye-bye. And I can replace it with saline. Then I've got 5 grams back in 50 mils again, the right concentration. Or I can take a 40 mil thing and pull this out and put it in it, whatever, 6 1/2 dozen of it. If you had a pre-fill with 40, or if you had a syringe with 40 mils in it, just pull out 10 mils of this and you'll pull out 5 grams with that 10 mils. And now that syringe becomes D10. Make sense?
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Just think about what you're doing when you do it. There's nothing to it. We never carried D25 or D10. In fact, we rarely ever used it. But when you did, you could always make it. All right, cool with that? Mm-hmm. All right. Moving on. Let's talk about epi for a minute. Epi